Okay, this is your video with just some background on why it's good to read. I think we kind of forget about all the value and benefits to reading, and so I want to remind you of some of that, or let you know some things that you may not know about why it is a good skill to have. Okay, so why is it so important? I know a lot of you already know how to read, so you're like, I already do. I do this. Reading doesn't matter. It's boring. It's tedious. You don't like doing it. But there's things you should think about behind. I know when you don't get to make choices of some of the things you read, it's harder. That doesn't mean you can't do it. You can do hard things. Okay, so some of the reasons. If you do not have your note sheet out, have that out. This is going to go right through the list of the Cornell note process with the questions on your notes and the answers here in the slides. Okay, so it's good for your brain. Here's some of the ways it is. One of the only behaviors that has been shown to increase your IQ. Okay, so it's going to make you smarter. It improves your memory and critical thinking. It increases blood flow and improves connectivity in the brain. So there's some physiological reasons as well as some cognitive, like some physical stuff and some mental stuff that is good about reading. It also lowers your risk of Alzheimer's. Alzheimer's is a terribly cruel disease. My mom passed away from Alzheimer's. It's awful. It steals all your memories and makes you someone else. And so if you can eliminate that, it's not something you worry about now at your age, but thinking ahead to your family members or to yourself, pick up a book. Other things, it reduces stress. That's something I think people forget about, that if you are reading something that takes your mind off of other things and helps you kind of forget about some of those things that might be causing you stress, it doesn't make those things go away, but there's some research on maybe even more than some physical activity. Reading is involved in reduction of stress. It actively engages your imagination, so you're distracted from those things. It increases empathy, so you are able to understand other people's situations. Doesn't mean you agree with them, it just means you understand them. And also helps boost your self-esteem. Other things, it improves your self-discipline and consistency. I've talked about trying to build your stamina in reading. That means you can do it for longer periods of time. This is how, by doing it, just like anything else. When you keep doing it and you get better at it. Why that's important is our attention spans are getting shorter. There's studies out about use of the phone and our time on the phone. We want immediacy, we want things quick, and we have attention spans that are getting shorter. Reading a book forces you to focus, which allows your brain to make those connections between things you're reading and things you have in it. Your brain becomes more fluent at it and just starts to do it more automatically the more you read. Reading will help develop skills for your future. It can boost your numeracy and technological problem solving, which is something employers are going to look for and something you're going to need to be able to do in the future, is solve problems, not just be standing there and not know what to do with it and wait for someone to tell you what to do. You have to solve it on your own. That's going to help you in any job field that you go into. It helps you with analytical thinking, seeing patterns in things, solving problems. Assimilating new information means taking new information in. Forever, they're going to be important to your future. Number 5, reading improves overall wellness. Spending just 30 minutes a day reading a book burns calories. I don't know if you knew that. And when we have time to be reading in class, I really hope you take advantage of that. Reading before bed improves sleep, more so than the blue light from your phone. So ideally, you can now adjust on some phones the color on your phone so it's not a blue light. So even reading on your phone with the red light background, the night background, is better than the blue light because blue light stimulates your brain as opposed to helping you sleep. It can lessen depression. People who read daily actually live longer. There's studies on that. So there's a ton of reasons why reading is important that you maybe haven't thought about. So in a nutshell, as you look at your summary at the end of your Cornell notes, okay, these are some things you may want to think about and put into it correctly. Makes you smarter. It lowers your stress. It makes you more disciplined and consistent in anything. It applies across disciplines once you've started that habit of reading. Levels up your skills. and you will have a happier, longer life. So there's lots of good reasons to kind of think about, if you haven't, about why reading is important.